Happy Sunday. Nothing like a hot cup of tea. There you are. Hello everybody. Happy Sunday and welcome to Sunday Elevenses. I cannot believe it's 2023 already. I'm a little bit frenetic. I'm not going to lie because I'm a tiny bit behind. The kitchen clock is definitely not accurate today. Breezing around thinking, oh, I've got, 10, 15 minutes. Slowly pop the kettle on, make a cup of tea. Woody decides he wants to go out. Absolutely, you can go out, my friend. That's no problem at all. Yeah. Then I look at my phone and it's it's like 2 minutes to go. So I'm frantically brewing tea and all that kind of jazz as well. So listen, hello and welcome. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm trying something new where I've got your comments on an iPad here. I don't know how this is going to go today, but every week I'm going to try and make little incremental improvements. So I've got so much I want to chat about today, gang. It's me, it's Jez Rose, it's live, just to remind you. There are some people who emailed me over the Christmas holidays to say, are you filming all the Elevenses while you're away? They're live. If you don't get that already, then, I can't help. I realise that the camera shot is a little bit out today. I'm testing out some new kit, but can I do this? Oh, yes, I can. I'm pouring tea. And I'm trying out today, this is a little sachet of Exquisite, nonetheless. Nothing less for you. Exquisite English breakfast. Oops, loose leaf, which I almost knocked all over my desk, from the Tea Makers of London. You can go and check out their teas. They've got tons and tons. Look at that. Tons of different teas there. Many of them absolutely gorgeous. This is a cute little packet. I really like that. And if you use the promo code JEZ10, you get 10% off. So that's a little bit cute as well. Happy New Year, Michelle. Hey, Kath. Hey, Mark. Gosh, this feels really weird. It feels like we've not been away, but also feels like I have been away quite a long time. So I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And isn't it weird? 8th of January already. Where's the time going? So I'm going to tell you a little secret, let you into something, because I think we can share stuff, right? Now, every Christmas I buy Italian panettone. I buy a normal one, which is one of the bits of fruit and peel in it. And then I buy a chocolate one as well, and they're in 2 tins, and I always get them out when people come around and we share and social and whatever. Anyway, for whatever reason they got put in the wrong tin, so I thought, I'll have a little bit of cake for Elevenses, like most people, trying to slim down a little bit. There was an excess amount of Christmas gorgeousness that went into my body, so I obviously put the tins, the cakes in the wrong tins. So I thought to myself, I'm going to be good. I'm not going to have the chocolate one. I'll have the slightly less fattening fruit one, which is still as lovely. And as I was cutting it, realised that I'd put them in the wrong tin and I ended up with a chocolate one anyway. Now, you're going to have to believe me, right? Pinky promise, absolutely. That is absolutely what happened. Thanks about the light. I've had that for ages. It's called Slow Dance. It's a piece of art, actually. And if you watch it, I haven't set everything up ready this year. We've been playing with loads of different setups in the studio, and there's a lot going on with turning this area into a TV studio for something else, which I'll talk about a little bit later, maybe, or I might make you wait till next year. Not next year, next week. But if you watch it, there are 2 feathers that vibrate. There are lots of different settings it comes with. Actually, interestingly, on my screen, I don't know if that works on yours, it sort of looks like it's flickering. It isn't doing that in real life. Very often, it's a bit like on TV when you watch somebody using a computer, it looks like the screen is flickering because the refresh rate on the computer is a clash to the way that the frames work in a camera. So if they're not the same, then it doesn't catch up. Which, interestingly, by the way, is how pigeons see. Pigeons have a refresh rate of, I think, 6 or 9 seconds. So they see in sort of stop motion almost. Which is why you can drive really close to a pigeon and then all of a sudden it freaks out and goes, oh, there's a car. Because, it's sort of pecking away going, oh, there's a car quite a long way away. And then, of course, 9 seconds later, it goes, ah, like that. So this isn't flickering in real life. But if you watch the feathers, they're on a tiny, tiny drum that vibrates really, really quickly and in different ways, so that they move, but I don't think you can quite see here. You might be able to see it if I brought it closer. I'll do it next week. It looks like they're moving in slow motion because you can see where they were. It's the bizarrest thing. So they sort of move so slowly and vibrate that you've still got this pattern here, even though the feather's here. It's really cool. Anyway, oh wow, Jim has had pigeons under his solar panel. We've all been there, Jim. What a Christmas you've had. Anyway, it's the new year now. Resolutions. I'm going to tuck into a little bit of this accidental chocolate panettone. It was. No one's going to believe me, but it really was. So I put a little bit about this on Instagram. I wonder if you've had to drop in actually in the comments if you have decided that you're going to go for New Year's resolutions this year. I'd love to know if you're a New Year's resolution-y sort of person, or are you the sort of person that thinks, do you know what, I'm not going to bother. Because I used to be a bit anti-New Year's resolutions. I didn't like the anxiety and the pressure that they put on you. You know, and you start the year thinking, yeah, really, really good. I always think at this time of the year, the best business to own is a gym. Because everybody wants to go to the gym, get fit, and then by March, we're all staying at home, talking to our pet plants with a bottle of Pinot Grigio, watching reruns of Friends or something, thinking, oh, maybe I'll go to the gym next week. So, and yet they've got a gym membership. So you start off with the right intentions, right? But of course, I think it gets to the point where life just takes over. We have this idea that in January we're going to be reborn and that the world's going to come along with us, but you realise that actually everyone else has got their own plans, and work's still work, and the cat's still the cat, and the car still breaks down, and suddenly all these things get in the way of our great plans. But I've decided, actually, just in the last, I don't know, maybe year or so, that planning is really important for us as human beings. You know, it's important to have a sort of goal. You don't ever have to get there. It's about the journey that the plan takes you on. And the plan is a moving target all the time. You can aim to do something. By the way, really simple way to take the pressure off. Instead of saying, I need to do this year, I need to do the washing up, I need to go to the gym, I need to clip that hedge back. Instead, try saying, I would like to. It immediately takes the pressure off of you from having to achieve the thing and encourages you to do the thing that you would like to do at some point. Obviously, some things like, I don't know, taking insulin are pretty time critical. But Mark says I shouldn't be talking my mouth like this. Don't ask questions when I'm just about to put panettone in my mouth. Mark says the last New Year's resolution he made was about 20 years ago, and it was not to make New Year's resolutions, and I've never broken it. Well done you. The best New Year's resolution. So don't think about them as the new year that's going to resolve something. Think about it as the new year that opens up opportunity for you to think a bit differently or reflect, and that sort of brings me to the point partly of this, what we're doing today, Sunday Elevenses, and partly the idea, I think, of you just planning a bit. You know, what's missing from your life is a really great opportunity to, I guess, correct that and reconnect. You might think actually there's family missing for your life, and now's a great opportunity to reconnect with them. You might think that actually, do you know what? I would like to lose a little bit of weight. Maybe now's the time I'm going to eat a bit healthier and get interested in, not put the pressure on you, but think, oh, I wonder if there are different recipes I could try that are maybe a bit lower in fat, or I wonder if there are different places we could visit this year. We've always wanted to go and visit gardens or National Trust properties. That will get me walking and get me out a bit more. That's a really good thing as well. So think about it as sort of an opportunity to correct some of the things that are missing from your life. And I think that takes on a whole new perspective about the way that you think about New Year and New Year resolutions. It's not about the one thing that you've got to do this year. It's more about self-reflection and self-care, I suppose, to a way. We should be a lot kinder to ourselves. Michelle says she was poorly over Christmas. Oh, Michelle, rubbish. Not all bad. I found out I'm going to be a granny again. Oh, Michelle, congratulations. In May. May's a great time to have kids as well. Jim's got boring resolutions. That's all right, Jim, doesn't matter. Eat better. That's a fantastic resolution. Exercise more and try and relax more and stress less. Stress less is a very good thing as well. Oh, great, Michelle. Let us know when, the time comes. We could do a special baby edition. So part of your New Year's resolution, I would love, is to let me know what you'd like from Sunday Elevenses. We've got some plans this year that are pretty big, I think. But I would love to know what you like when you drop by and visit. What would you like to see? What would you particularly like to tune in to see? We're going to start some regular little things, but also, it's interesting to know what you want to get out of this. What could it be that it isn't right now? What do you want it to be? What do you wish there was more of or less of, including me? That's fine if you want it to be less of me. Don't say Woody, because he's a nightmare to get involved, but we will try and get more Woody, because everybody asked me about that. So one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to complete a bit more of the garden. The garden renovation is such fun here, but finding the time is really difficult. So I figured I'm going to record some more content. This sounds disgusting, even to me. I'm so sorry. If you're into like ASMR and stuff, this is probably going to be amazing. So I'm going to design a lot more of the wild garden, record more videos to show you how the concept of wild gardening works and how to get more into wild gardening. It's not just about throwing down wild gardening seeds, wildflower seeds. There's a whole more about it. But now's a great time, actually, if you've got a garden or an outside space, or even an indoor space. If you live in a flat 27 stories up and you don't have an outside space, not even a balcony, now's the time to look at the spaces that you've got and how can you use those spaces better. So could you bring more plants in, like redesign an area? It's something that I've done for other people, is to look at rooms and either create jungle rooms. We created that lovely Victorian orangery kind of garden room at the farm. But then even here, you just take a lovely piece of furniture, something that you like, that's like a standout thing. Could be a clock, could be a series of pictures that you really love. You find a really nice bookcase or frame or a way to put them on the wall, and then frame them with some amazing plants. Get some macrame and some hanging plants, nice tall plants that frame the edge side of it, and maybe something that sort of creates a bit of texture underneath. So you can plan and design and use January, because it's so miserable outside, isn't it? Use January to think of different ways that you can connect with the garden and with wildlife and with nature. Kath's got a lovely New Year's resolution to be okay with 1 or 2% better each day with whatever I'm doing. You know what? The slightly less pressured version of that, Kath, even less than 1 or 2%, is not half, but obviously that is to say, I'm just going to be content with or happy with what I'm doing every day, with whatever I'm doing. And if I have the energy to, I'm going to put in the 1 or 2% to try and be better at it. Because if you don't have the energy, then don't force yourself to try and be 1 or 2% better. Sometimes we forget that it's not a race. We don't have to continually improve. Actually, life is about being really happy. I would hate anybody to get to the end point of their life and say, you know what, I wasted every opportunity just to sit and be in the moment and enjoy what I did because I was too obsessed about trying to be better at it or trying to improve or trying to push myself. You can push yourself over a longer period of time rather than a short period of time. So yeah. Anyway, super strange. I'm sat over Christmas. This is a good tea, really easy drinking. It's just suddenly occurred to me, just literally popped into bed. I wasn't even thinking about anything. Just sat, let my mind, go. One of my big things at the minute is looking out the window and watching the wind blowing the trees. I know it sounds really odd, but give yourself 30 seconds. Just say, oh, this jersey's off his head. Look out the window and watch the wind moving the trees. Don't think about anything, just watch the branches moving. It is so hypnotic and lulling. It immediately calms your brain. It's incredible. My friend Kathy, lovely Kathy Slack, who is the co-host of the brand new show, Roots, Wings and Other Things show. It's not a podcast anymore. It is a podcast, but we're creating a filmed version with a whole different, it is epic. It's very cool. She does forest bathing, which is that thing, the Japanese thing. It's hundreds of, possibly thousands of years old because they're super hot on the whole connection with the nature thing in Japan. But you just go and wander around a woods, lean against a tree, hug a tree, lay down and just watch the trees, just be immersed in trees. There is something oddly hypnotic about it. Gang, it is super weird. Get yourself in a tree, not in a tree, but well, you can climb a tree if you want. I climbed a tree once, legitimately couldn't get down. Had to properly ladder coaxed, shall we call the fire brigade? Please don't. It was not good. Anyway, hey Grace, lovely to see you. Happy Sunday, everybody. Michelle, hang on, wait, there's grandson news in the chat. Hang on. Michelle's daughter and son-in-law are coming over from Australia next month. Oh, I think you said this on Instagram. That's super cute. With the 2 grandsons who she's never actually met. Ah, also be the first time I meet my son-in-law. Gosh, you have got an epic year. It sounds like Michelle's year is all about family. My new grandson is due May the 4th, so my daughter's bump is affectionately known as Baby Yoda. And God love you, I hope he doesn't come out green, or she. But if he does, he'll be welcome. All colours are welcome, including green. But what would that mean? Green. Yellow would be some sort of jaundice. Sepsis. I don't know. Can you get a gangrenous baby? Probably not. Let's move on. It's not a nice thing to think about. So anyway, so I'm thinking, let's let my mind wander, and I realised this year, 2023, I've been doing this 20 years. It's my 20-year anniversary of listening to my own voice. So I started broadcasting, and then because I was, when I was 18, so I'm 38, 39 this year, and I started children's TV as a TV presenter when I was 18, and then was asked to talk at a conference about being a TV presenter. It was the bizarrest of, like at the time, I was like, why does somebody want to, why, I don't know what to say. Like I just stand there and say stuff. So we're having huge birthday celebrations this year. So you're going to see, I think, some really interesting stuff this year. And I really hope some content that you'll enjoy watching. But if there's anything in particular you want me to go on a little tangent of, let me know. I'm going to do some more old wives' tales. I love doing those. Let me know. I want to know more old wives' tales that we should go and explore and find out whether they're true or not. Do you know what? I found one recently. It's making me gag. Fish apparently makes you brainier. Like if you, not being around it, not like writhing on it, like I like get in a bath of eels and be like, ooh, eels, oh, stop it, you're nibbling. I don't mean like that. I mean eating lots of fish apparently makes you really brainy. How you even test that, I don't know, but it's making me gag the thought of just consuming an awful lot of fish. Michelle says, what was your first TV job, Jez? What? I'm timing the questions really badly. I always feel like if you've got cake, I feel like you need to eat it. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't just, I mean, that is the purpose of having it there. So it just makes me feel like I can't ignore it. I need to constantly eat it. My first ever, gosh, it's really difficult to remember. My first ever TV job, I think, was on The Big Breakfast. No. Channel 4's Bigger Breakfast was like their sort of other little, the sort of little show of that version. That was the first ever thing. And then after that, I did a little talent show that Steps, H and Claire from Steps, did a talent show called Steps to the Stars. And I came second to this like group of 50 baton twirling 12-year-old girls. And then from there, and they were sort of guesty spots. And then from there, I started kids TV, so a bit on Live and Kicking first, maybe. I should find out. I should do like a resume. The thing is, you just don't really remember. You just go from one thing to the other. And also, I'm not very good with time. I spent a whole year believing that I was a year older than I thought I was, because I asked my mum that year how old I was, and she told me, and I thought, well, she would know, right? Didn't think about checking my passport or doing maths or something. So for a whole year, told everybody I was whatever, like 29 or something. And it wasn't until the next year, filling out an application, I was like, hang on, wait a minute, I'm not. I'm 28 or 30 or whatever. And I was like, I've missed a whole year of my life. So yeah, I'm not very good at that. I'm not very, very accurate. Michelle says, I'll ask an easier one. What was your favourite TV job? My favourite, oh, hang on, wait. Jim says he remembers being told by his nan to have cod liver oil daily as it made you clever, right? I know. But Jim, with respect, when you were younger, was that the syrupy stuff? Not because you can get cod liver oil now in capsules, right? By the way, you should definitely look at the whole fish oils and how they are produced. You want to get a sustainable fish oil, because there is a method of getting fish oil that is really not sustainable or ethical. It is horrific. But there is a sustainable version, and it's to do actually with the capsule, not necessarily the. Oh no, it is the oil. It's the same amount of. Is it B12? Can't be B12. B. Come on, gang. Typey. What is it? B6? B1? Not B1. B6? Whatever is in cod liver oil, you can get that exact same amount of vitamins from an algae. And that's much more ethical and much more sustainable. So check that out. Have a little look at that. I stopped buying cod liver oil a long time ago. And Kath says, I thought the fish oil and fish thing had been debunked ages ago. Well, let's hope so, Kath. I'm going to be looking for that so I don't have to gag on fish oil. Favourite TV job ever? That's difficult. When I was doing the Saturday Kitchen VTs, they were super good fun. They don't do that format anymore, so I don't work with them. But that was great fun, like traveling the country, going and finding different people that are doing amazing stuff that was associated with food. That was cool. And actually, you know what was quite fun looking back on it was, but at the time was quite tricky, was a show I did called Playing Tricks. And Playing Tricks was the first ever hidden camera magic show. And there were a team of 6 of us, I think. 6 magicians all doing slightly different types of magic, and we went out into the streets with a hidden camera and performed magic and then got people's reactions and stuff, and that was super fun. That was because I got to see and be involved in the whole, you know, the planning and the creation. And then I had my own ITV1 show, a primetime show commissioned, but it never got aired. So, and I still have it. And this year we're going to take some strips of that actually and put that online because it's never been seen publicly. At one point I had probably the world's most expensive show reel because we had this whole production team. It was a 3-month shoot, 4-month production with all the planning and stuff, and visited lots of different locations, did some quite big magic. But the executive producers, when they change at the top of TV, which happens quite regularly, they tend to not continue things that their predecessor has got in the pipeline because they want to put their mark or their stamp on it, and that happens all the time across TV. There will be so much telly you've never seen, from super famous people too, like really well-known people, your favorite actors and actresses. They will have been in stuff that has never been seen because somebody at the top decides, okay, well, John did that, that's going to have John's name on it, I want to do this stuff, let's commission new stuff. It's a crazy way of working, but that's the way it does. Anyway, Grace says, my mum made me have cod liver oil tablets every morning during taking my GCSEs. Horrible when you have Weetabix and they repeat. Wow. I did omega-6. Thanks, Kath. I didn't, well, it's not from the liver of a cod, Matthew. I feel like we've gone down a little, like, hole here with cod liver oil, but maybe we should carry on. I don't know. So, they extract the oils from the fish skin. I don't think it's from cod's liver. I think that's I can't quite remember. I watched the Netflix show Seaspiracy, that's the one. I knew it had something to do with fish. And then went and did my own little research with it. And look, I've been fingering this thing the whole time while I'm just sort of distractedly, I want to eat it. I can't eat it because I'm talking, so I'm just sort of fondling it, and now I'm just covered in Chostro chocolate. 1 minute. My mum won't be watching, we've fallen out. Well, she's fallen out with me, more to the point. So, hey Carol, good to see you. Big birthday today. Carol, is it your big birthday? Tell us more, quickly. Tim Spector talking about vitamins and supplements. Will do, Kath, thanks. So anyway, yeah, so they extract the fish, the oil from the fish, but they don't necessarily do anything with the rest of the fish. So it just gets wasted. So all those poor fish lives it's not a sustainable kind of chain, you know. It's not like they say, oh, we'll have the fillets off of that and we'll carefully take the head off and all the rest of it, and then we'll extract the oils. There's this whole kind of field where there's so much cod liver oil that we consume that they, grab the oil from it and then throw the rest of the fish away, or it goes into, dog food or something. So it's pretty tragic. Same thing with caviar though, right? I cannot believe in 2023 you can still sell caviar and what's the goose liver stuff? Because it's nuts. Like years ago, they used to club the sturgeon to stun it, and then slit it open, take the eggs out, and then the sturgeon was thrown away. But they realised that by stunning it, it releases very, very quickly enzymes that tarnish the taste of the caviar. So caviar, even now, is produced by taking a live sturgeon, sticking a knife in it and slitting its belly open to take the eggs out. I'm like, how is that even, why is that okay? Because it's a fish. Because fish can feel pain, right? We know that. We've done research. Anyway, I sort of feel like we've gone off on a random tangent. It's not really a Sunday morning topic, is it, gang? It's your fault. Hang on, wait. Carol, big birthday. Wait. Carol Beats just started to follow Tim Spector. I'll do that too. It's her birthday. Carol, I had no idea. You should definitely... Okay, gang, here's the deal. For this year, for Elevenses, you must tell me if it's your birthday, and we will do a big birthday celebration shout out. I'll get birthday cake. We'll do happy birthday songs. It will be dedicated to you, and you can have, whoever's birthday it is, you can have free reign of what you want to happen on that Sunday Elevenses. You can choose the topics that we cover and that we talk about and the nonsense. And here's a special thing. If you've got Zoom, I'll bring you into, I'm fairly certain I can do this. We can have a little chat, and I'll bring you in as a little Zoom thing. You can be here in my screen and we'll have a little chat. There's the deal. And if you want to do that retrospectively, Carol, because I've only just told you that, we can do your birthday like next week or something. So there you go. Happy birthday. How fun. Kath says there's a farm in the UK farming sturgeon and they take the eggs without killing the fish. Amazing. Okay, so that's super cool. Kath seems like our roving Sunday Elevenses environmental reporter. That's what I sort of feel like Kath is doing. We've only got 3 minutes left, gang. Doesn't it go quick? Can I just... Thanks. Oh. Look at the state of me. I'm like a child. Listen. If you haven't already... Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. There are so many people who watch my videos but don't subscribe to the YouTube channel. It makes a huge difference to me being able to put more content out, but also it means that you are aware when we put new content on, because this week there'll be 2 videos a week, I would imagine, for most of the week. The new Roots, Wings and Other Things show is weekly from the end of February all the way through the summer. And there's a ton of stuff celebrating my 20 years of waffling on and nonsense and all that kind of jazz as well. So please subscribe. And if you like Sunday Elevenses and the other stuff I do, I am unashamedly saying if you'd like to donate even £1, that's absolutely fine as well. All of this kind of stuff is, you know, it's pretty expensive to produce in the long run. We do it all for free just for your enjoyment and for my enjoyment too. And that's okay if you don't want to donate or you can't, because I think we're going to try and get a little sponsor. Little sponsor would be lovely, wouldn't it? Maybe these people. Ah, these are particularly lovely. Anyway, so listen, gang. Very quickly, I'm going to have 60 seconds for my big idea, because I said I wanted to talk a little bit about therapy. Now, next week, I might talk about the NHS. There's an awful lot of people talking about the NHS and how much money it's got or hasn't got, how much money it needs, which is utter nonsense. I've seen some horrific things in the NHS and how it is managed and spent, and the funding is spent, which is why I left, actually, fundamentally. So I might talk about that next week, but very quickly, my 60 seconds on therapy. I was introduced to therapy a couple of years ago when I had a very complicated time in my life. When, in fact, when I first came out, and or second time I came out technically, but and when I divorced my wife, and you know, there was lots of stuff going on, very, very difficult period of time. A friend of mine introduced me to an amazing therapist. And I'd always actually put off therapy because lots of people had told me, you know, I tried therapy, it was terrible. Oh, therapists are annoying. You know, what is it with therapy? Oh, it seems to be like an American fad or whatever. But actually, let me tell you this. The idea of talking about yourself and investing in yourself and thinking very carefully and understanding actually what things that you should focus on and when, and being able to talk to somebody objectively who will help guide you through how you think and feel and what is right and isn't right now, and how you can better understand the things that you're thinking is absolute gold dust. So I would say that at any point in your life, if you want to better understand why you feel the way that you do, or to perhaps overcome things that sort of, you know, are there, but you don't sort of, you know, look at, you don't scratch, I am a million times a better person, a much more understanding person, a much more patient person, much easier to live my life and through a less stressful and happier way because of therapy. And therapy can take on many different forms for many different people, but I would definitely this year just kind of consider it. The golden rule always with therapists is if you're not getting on, that's absolutely fine. It's like buying a car. Just go, do you know what? This isn't quite for me, and find another one. And it might be that you do some sort of online thing. It might be that you go physically see somebody. But yeah, have a little look at that. I think you probably should just, it's about time we looked at therapy a little bit differently. Because if we're not helping ourselves, then I don't know who's going to help us. Gang, as always, it's been a wonderful week. You have an incredible week this week. Thanks for joining me again. It's always lovely to see your comments. We're going to leave our Eco Warrior Calf to go and find me some more interesting stuff for next week. Happy birthday, Carol. Have an incredible day today. We'll check out social media. We'll look at Carol's posts, see if she gets blind drunk in a tea room somewhere and ends up dancing on the table singing Knees Up Mother Brown. It's my birthday. Stevie Wonder to you. Michelle says, have a fabulous week, Jez. You too. And Michelle's alive today because of our amazing NHS. I love them very much indeed. So have a fantastic week, everybody. Love you lots, as always. And I'll see you, same time, 11 a.m, live, next week. Be kind. Hey, happy Sunday. Nothing like a hot cup of tea.